Good morning students. Welcome to the online classes of Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School. Today we are going to start our third section for first unit in our English reader book. The name of the section 3 is A Boy's Best Friend. Now I'll read the chapter, tell you the meaning, the explanations, and we'll complete the chapter along with the exercise. Okay, we'll discuss the exercise also. Mr. Anderson said, "Where is Jimmy dear?" "Out on the crater," said Mrs. Anderson. "He'll be all right. Robert is with him." Did it arrive? Now, husband is asking from wife where their son is. The name of the son is Mr. Jim. The name of the son is Jimmy. Okay, and the wife says he's out on the crater. Crater is a big hole on in universe. Any body on universe. Right now, actually, they are living on moon for the 15 years. So they have a boy whose name is Jimmy. They got a son there. Okay, the son too is born on moon. Okay, so the father is asking where is Jimmy. Now the mother says, don't worry, he's on crater. He'll be alright as Robert is with him. Who is Robert? Robert is a mechanical dog that is along with Jimmy. Yes, it's at the rocket station going through the test. Actually, I can hardly wait to see it myself. I haven't really seen one since I left Earth 15 years ago. You can't count films. Jimmy has never seen one, said Mrs. Anderson. Now they are talking about something. Actually, they are talking about a real dog, and a live dog. Okay. Now Anderson says, yes, it is right now in the rocket station going through various tests. Okay. And actually, he says, actually, I have also not seen any dog since last 15 years because I have been here for 15 years, and he says, I haven't seen any alive dog live about the films. Films also I haven't seen. Okay. Now, Mrs. Anderson says, Jimmy hasn't seen anyone in his life because he is moon-born. Moon-born is the person who was born on moon. And because he is moon-born and can't visit Earth. Okay, Jimmy is not allowed to visit Earth because he is from moon. That's why I'm bringing one here. I think it's the first shower on the moon. Now, father says, that is why to show Jimmy what a real dog looks like, I'm bringing it here. And I think that dog would be the first one to be on the moon. Okay. Mrs. Anderson says it costs enough. Okay, the cost of getting a dog from Earth to the moon is very high. Maintaining Robert isn't cheap either, says Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson says that we can say that, but that is also true that maintaining Robert, that is the mechanical dog, is also very high cost. Jimmy was out on the crater, and as his mother had said, by Earth standards he was spindly but rather tall for a 10-year-old. His arms and legs were long and agile. He looked thicker and stubbier with his spacesuit on, but he could handle the lunar gravity as no earthborn human being could. His father couldn't begin to keep up with him when Jimmy stretched his legs and went into the kangaroo hoop. Now, in this paragraph, we get to know about Jimmy. As his mother said that Jimmy is moon-born. Okay, so he is very tall and thin as compared to the Earth standards, as compared to the normal boys on Earth. Okay, but with his spacesuit on, he looks a bit thicker. Okay, but he could handle the lunar gravity. Lunar gravity, that is the gravitational force on the outside space, outside Earth, whether it is moon or the other planets. Okay, so they say that Jimmy can handle the lunar gravity in better way as compared to any other human being that is earthborn. Okay, even his father was from Earth. Even his father cannot also match the ability that Jimmy has for lunar gravity. Okay, father cannot keep it up with his son. The son, that is Jimmy, could stretch his legs, and when he went to kangaroo hop, that is jump like a kangaroo, he is unchaseable from his father also. Now, The outer side of the crater sloped southwards on the and the earth, which was low in the southern sky. Okay. Where it always was, as seen from lunar city, was nearly full, so that the entire crater slope was brightly lit. Now here we are told about the position of Earth and Moon. Okay, and we are told that crater slope is brightly lit just because of the position it is having. Okay, it is holding in reference to Earth. Okay, the slope was gentle one, and even the weight of the spacesuit couldn't keep Jimmy from racing up it in a floating hop that made the gravity seem non-existent. Now the slope was also gentle, and the spacesuit he was wearing was very light. So these things were not able to stop Jimmy from that kangaroo hop, and gravity seemed non-existent to him. Okay, come on, Robert, he shouted. Jimmy shouted to his dog. Okay, Robert, come on. Robert, which could hear him by radio, squeaked and bounded after him. Squeak means creating some noise. The robot, that is mechanical dog, created some noise and bounded after Jimmy. Bounded means followed him. Jimmy, expert though he was, couldn't outrace Robert, which didn't need a spacesuit and had 4 legs and tendons of steel. Now, Jimmy, although he was expert for lunar gravity, he could not outrace Robert. Robert did not need any space suit, and had 4 legs and tendons of steel. Let me show you the tendons. These are the tendons, guy. Okay, these are the parts with which the body and the legs are joined in a mechanical thing. Okay. Now Robert sailed over Jimmy's head, somersaulting and landing almost under his feet. Now Robert sailed over Jimmy's head, landing almost under his feet. Okay. Don't show off, Robert, Jimmy said. Don't show off. And stay inside. Robert squeaked again, the special squeak that meant yes. Squeak again, creating some sound. Now Jimmy says, I don't trust you, faker. Faker is someone who is trying to pretend to be the one he or she is not. Okay. And up he went in one last bound that carried him over the curved upper edge of the crater wall and down onto the inner slope. Now after shouting, Jimmy again started a hop, and now that hop carried him over the curved upper edge of the crater, that is the edge of the crater, and now he was in the darker side. Earth sank below the top of the crater wall, and at once it was pitch dark around him. It was completely dark. A warm, friendly darkness that wiped out the difference between ground and sky except for the glitters of stars. So Jimmy was not able to differentiate. Actually, the conditions, the surroundings there were not differentiating anything. We can only differentiate it with the help of glittering stars because they were up in the sky. We could not imagine ourselves the difference between the top and the bottom. Okay, so that was the edge. We could only see that the stars are upwards, and we could get that we are where we are standing. Actually, Jimmy wasn't supposed to exercise along the dark side of the crater wall. The grown-ups said it was dangerous, but that was because they were never there. The ground was smooth and crunchy, and Jimmy knew the exact location of every one of the few rocks. Actually, Jimmy was not supposed to reach the point where he was right now, but as his grown-ups, that is his parents, told him not to do so because they had never been to that place, so they didn't knew about that place much, so they denied Jimmy to go there. But for Jimmy, the ground was smooth and crunchy, and he knew location of every one of few rocks there because he was used to that place, and also he had Robert with him. Besides, how could it be dangerous racing through the dark when Robert was right there with him, bouncing around and squeaking and glowing? Even without the glow, Robert could tell where it was and where Jimmy was by radar. Now, the half paragraph tells us that along with this, Jimmy also got Robert with him, and because Robert was with him, he could easily detect where Jimmy and Robert were with the help of radar, even if Robert was not glowing. Okay. Jimmy could not go wrong while Robert was around, tripping him when he was too near a rock or jumping on him to show how much it loved him. or circling around and squeaking low and scared when Jimmy hid behind a rock. When all the time Robert knew well enough where he was hurt, and Robert sound where Jimmy had laid still and pretended he was hurt, and Robert had sounded the radio alarm, and people from Luna City got there in a hurry. Jimmy's father had let him hear about that little trick, and Jimmy never tried it again. What is this? This one is now here it shows that how Robert helped him. Robert helped him in his difficult situations. Robert would help him to tell about the rocks he was going to face or the area where he was in. Once Jimmy tried to he pretended that he was hurt and he laid down quiet. Okay, so Robert got it and he sounded the radio alarm, emergency alarm, and the people from Luna City got there in a hurry. Jimmy's father had actually once told Jimmy about the trick, and Jimmy, after doing this, got to know that he should not fake this one, and he never tried it again. Just as he was remembering that, he heard his father's voice on his private wavelength. Jimmy, come back. I have something to tell you. Now Jimmy got the message from his father to come back. He wanted to tell something. Jimmy was out of his spacesuit now and washed up. He always had to wash up after coming in from outside. Even Robert had to be sprayed, but it loved it. It stood there on all fours, its little foot-long body quivering and glowing just a tiny bit. And its small head, with no mouth, with two large glassed-in eyes, and with a bump where the brain was. It squeaked until Mr. Anderson said, "Quiet, Robert." Now this paragraph tells us that Jimmy returned, and after returning from the space into the home, in this chapter it is about home, but whenever you come back to the spaceship from space, you need to get a wash up. Okay, you need to take bath. Okay, even Robert had been sprayed. Okay, but Robert liked the spraying, and he was also squeaking until Mr. Anderson said, "Quiet, Robert." He asked him to quiet. Mr. Anderson was smiling. "We have something for you, Jimmy. It's at the rocket station now, but we'll have it tomorrow after all the tests are over. I thought I'd tell you now." Now Mr. Anderson tells Jimmy about the thing that they had got from the earth, that is a real dog. A dog from earth, son, a real dog, a Scotch Terrier puppy. A Scotch Terrier puppy means the breed of the dog is Scotch Terrier. Now he tells about the real puppy and says this is the first dog on moon. You won't need Robert anymore. We can't keep them both, you know, and some other boy or girl will have Robert now. He seemed to be waiting for Jimmy to say something. His father thought that Jimmy would be really happy. Now, because Jimmy was quiet, his father said, "You know what a dog is, Jimmy? It's the real thing. Robert's only a mechanical imitation, a robot mutt. Robot mutt means a robotic mechanical dog. That's how it got its name, and tells how it got its name as a robot." Jimmy frowned. Now Jimmy was furious. He was angry. "Robert isn't an imitation, Dad. It's my dog." Now Jimmy says, "It's not an imitation, it's my dog." "Not a real one, Jimmy. Robert's just steel and wiring and a simple positronic brain. It's not alive." Now his father says, "Not a real one, Jimmy. Robert is just a steel and wiring. It's a mechanical dog that is programmed to do the things that it do. It does. It does everything I want it to do. Dad, it understands me. Sure, it's alive." Now Jimmy says, "It understands me because it does whatever I ask him to. So it's alive." Okay. "No, son, Robert is just a machine. It's just programmed to act the way it does. A dog is alive. You won't want Robert after you have the dog." Now the father says, "No, son, Robert is just a machine and it is programmed to act the way it does. A dog is alive. You won't like Robert after you get the dog that we have bought for you. The dog will need a space suit, won't it?" Jimmy says. "Yes, of course, but it will be worth the money and it will get used to it. The dog will get used to that space suit." Okay, and it won't need one in the city. You will see the difference once it gets here. Now the father tries to convince his son by saying, at least let it be here and you will start liking it. Jimmy looked at Robert, which was squeaking again, a very low squeak that seemed frightened. Jimmy held out his arms and Robert was in them in one palm. Jimmy said, what will the difference be between Robert and the dog? Now Jimmy looked at Robert and the robot was also squeaking again. Now the robot was frightened. Okay. Jimmy held out his arms and Robert jumped onto his arms. Jimmy said, what's the difference between Robert and the dog? Anderson says, it's hard to explain, but it will be easy to see. When the dog comes, you can see the difference. The dog will really love you. Robert is just adjusted to act as though it likes you, but in actual, it is not the case. It is programmed to love you. But Dad, we don't know what's inside the dog or what its feelings are. Maybe it's just acting too. Now Jimmy says, we don't know even about the dog. Maybe the dog may be acting just like you are telling about Robert. Now Mr. Anderson frowned. That is, now this time Anderson was angry. Jimmy, you'll know the difference when you experience the love of a living thing. Now Dad says, you will experience the difference when you get to know about the real dog. Jimmy held Robert tightly. He was frowning too. Now Jimmy was also in anger mood, in serious mood. He was frowning too, and the desperate look on his face meant that he wouldn't change his mind. He said, but what's the difference how they act? How about how I feel? I love Robert and that's what means. That's what counts. Now Jimmy says that what's the difference between a real and a Robert? That the main thing is that I like Robert and that is what it counts. I want to remain with Robert. Okay. And the little robot mutt, which had never been held so tightly in all its existence, squeaked high and rapid squeaks, happy squeaks. Now the robot, which had never been hugged so tightly, was very happy. He was squeaking again, but in a happy manner. So this was the reading part, students. Let's move on to the question answers. Read and answer. How did Jimmy look with his spacesuit on as judged by Earth standard? Jimmy looked thicker and stubbier with his spacesuit on as judged by Earth standard. Why was Jimmy confident about handling the lunar gravity inside the crater? Jimmy was used to such conditions and most importantly, he got Robert with him that would help him in every situation. How did Robert help Jimmy while racing through the dark side of the crater wall? Robert used his radar and told about the exact location they were in. Also, he helped Jimmy by telling him about the rocks in the dark side of the crater wall. What was the reason behind the mechanical dog getting the name Robert? As it was a robotic dog, it was named as Robert. Now, moving on forward. Think and answer. Do you think Jimmy had been in the crater several times before? Why? Why not? Yes, because Jimmy knew about the places on the crater very well. He was not afraid of going on the dark side of the crater wall. It cost enough. In what context did Mrs. Anderson say so? Mrs. Anderson said so as they had bought a real dog for their son Jimmy, and the cost for buying and getting it delivered on Moon was high. Also, they had to get a special space suit for the dog. So, Mrs. Anderson said it cost enough. Robert isn't an imitation, Dad. It's my dog. Describe Jimmy's feelings towards Robert. Jimmy was very close to Robert as when his dad asked him to leave Robert and get used to the real dog, Jimmy became furious and denied to leave Robert. Even Robert jumped on Jimmy at once when Jimmy opened his arms to hug Robert. Jimmy was not even ready to believe that the love Robert showed was a programmed one. Now reference to context. Jimmy, come back. I have something to tell you. Who asked Jimmy to come back? Mr. Anderson asked Jimmy to come back. What did the speaker tell Jimmy? The speaker told Jimmy that he would be getting a real dog and for that, Jimmy had to leave his dog, Robert. How did Jimmy react to what the speaker told him? Jimmy was not happy when he was asked to leave his dog Robert. Now what happens next? Mr. and Mrs. Anderson tries to convince their son for the new dog. So students, that's it from the chapter. We have read the chapter, we have completed the exercise. Before leaving the video, like it, subscribe to our channel, share the video. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, take care, have a nice day. Thank you.